Alright guys, land run 89 again. This is how we're going to do it. I'm going to shoot three shot groups on the left hand side of my target down here with this gun. So I'm going to have a cold bore shot, 2 other shots, 3 warm shots, 3 probably getting hot shots. And then with this gun I'm going to do the same thing on the right hand side of my target. So 9 shots out each gun, 3 inch groups, and that ought to give us a pretty good test of what we're getting here between a $3,000 gun and maybe an $800 set. Well, that scope on that gun's maybe $1,000 setup. Let's call it. All right. Anyways, here we go. I'm not gonna do a lot of video of me shooting. As you can tell, I'm not using sandbags. I'm just, holding as true as I can get, and trying to keep it real. So, anyways, here we go. Alright, YouTubers, this is Land Run 89 here again. This is the Ruger American 6.5 Creedmoor with this is the cold bore shot, .829. And I just shot these consecutive, this one, and then this one. This group right here was .908. And I pulled this shot for sure, and this one was up 1.39. And this was with my custom gun. I had a Vortex scope on this one that has straight bars across it. My IOR Valdata has a MP8 reticle, I think is what it is called. It has just a dot and then a space in between the crosshairs, so I was kind of at the mercy of, I couldn't see my dot in here, and I don't know what was going on with my custom gun, but I didn't hit anything under an inch today with this group. I shot it twice with 2 different bullets, and I don't know what was going on, but I think the scope situation had a little bit to do with I couldn't see my dot on these dots. But here I'll show you yesterday's group. The Ruger was brand new yesterday when I was shooting it, never been shot before. I think this is the first group, 1.538 inches, and that was no barrel break in, nothing, just shooting it out of the deal. I did come back and clean it after I shot yesterday, and I got substantially better groups. That's a 1.1 inch group, and this one was a different, I don't know what that shot was, but it wasn't part of the group. And then this is a 3 inch group. That was the last last group I shot with it yesterday, which is a .822, which is pretty close to this one at .829. Came home and cleaned the gun out and fouled it, and then shot these groups over here. This is a 1.23 group. So these 3 weren't as good, or 4. They were all, 1 inch, 1.5 inches, .822, and 1.23, which was breaking in the gun basically. These all right here was just, shooting the new gun. After I cleaned it, this was kind of breaking the barrel in. I got way better groups, and I pulled this shot. But anyway, yeah, I have no doubt about it. It'll be a sub-MOA gun. This was my custom gun yesterday, shooting .76, and I only shot .496. This was my second go around with it, and I don't know what was up today. If it was, I did take a dip of snuff, which has nicotine in it, and I drank a pop right before I shot these groups, so that may have had something to do with it. I was shaking quite a bit today. And this little, the single dot, it's kind of hard to tell if you're on the top or on the bottom, and that could have something to do with why these groups aren't so good. Everybody asks me, hey Landra, where do you get your targets at? Those are slick. I go to the grocery store and buy butcher paper by the roll. And these are just leftover dots from other targets, but then I'll buy like orange or yellow or whatever, the little, you know, garage sale sticker put on there. So for a couple bucks, you got, you know, thousands of targets. And it works good. And I recommend this for when you're sighting in a gun. Like if you put a new scope on, you can, you know, put your dot on and your bore sight it, whatever. You can tell where you're at. It doesn't have the 1 inch spacings, but you know, you can kind of tell like 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. But this will, you know, if you're hitting the board or something, you can't tell where your bullet's going. This solves that, because you know, if you're hitting way down here and you're shooting way up here, okay, I need to come up, you know, a foot or 9 inches over 8. You know, 2 or 3 shots, you can be right on. But anyway, yeah, the Ruger American, I'm pleased with it. I think it'll only get better. And today I was shaking. I was not shooting off bags or anything. It was just, I have a little stand that I sit in. The gun's not in a saddle or anything. I'm just holding it, trying to be as, you know, hold it as still as I can. But I shot way better with the Ruger today than I did my custom gun, and I couldn't figure that out. So I spent another 9 rounds and shot another group, and that didn't help. So I don't know. I didn't clean that gun last night. That may have something to do with it. And I probably will do that and see what I come up with. But yesterday I shot a lot better groups with it. I don't know what the difference was. Probably the person. But anyways, yeah, the Ruger American. I did have to float the barrel when you buy a Ruger American. Might as well get you some sandpaper, because like 1 out of every 3 has to be refloated a little bit, like out on the end. You got to make sure that stock's not touching the barrel. I think that was what a lot of people are having trouble with that gun. I actually had one in a 308, and I never thought about it, and I sold it, and it didn't shoot bad. It was just, you know, 1.5 inch grooves. But I did that to this gun as soon as I brought it home. Sanded the stock a little bit, made sure it wasn't touching, and as you can see, I'm getting sub MOA groups out of it, at least 2 out of 3. And this one was definitely me. But anyway, yeah, don't be afraid to buy one. I really like mine. They are a little light compared to my custom gun, which it's a little heavy. I don't like carrying it. That's why I have 2 6.5 Creedmoors, one for doing long range stuff, and I bought this one to hunt with. And obviously I need to work on my long range for some reason. But anyway, yeah, and it shoots awesome too. It's just something is up with it. I don't know what. But anyway, thanks guys.